Hey, what's up? What's good, wonderful people? It's Chauncey Craig Woodson. Welcome to a new edition of Chauncey and Chat Live, the first one of 2022. Hopefully, everybody is staying safe and warm up out of here because, yeah, it's quite icy and slippery out here nowadays. Anyhow, just want to go ahead and do a little impromptu video, nothing too major, nothing too special, just going over a few things that I've watched recently in the past week or so. Also, just coming up with some new ideas that I've got going on for 2022, as well as some thoughts on upcoming movies that are coming about. So, due to the little 5 minute delay that I had, apologies for that. Just got through watching the season finale, I guess you could say, of Dexter New Blood. If you're a fan of Dexter, then you will love this New Blood series. And from the looks of it, and I'm not going to give away too many spoilers, let's just say, based off how the way it's ended, it looked like it might be just a limited series, which ain't necessarily a bad thing, but based off how it ended, all I gotta say is wow. Just wow. And it's it's a wonderful show. I liked the storytelling of it. I liked how it just ties in so well with, the previous show characters. Get a couple familiar faces that do pop up from the previous show also. A lot of great storytelling in this limited series that happened with that. Something else that I did check out as of late is what to say. Just checked out a couple more movies here and there, nothing too major. Something I checked out late last night called Black Friday. It was like supposed to be a holiday horror comedy, and it kind of had like a little ensemble cast. If you're big fans of horror, you'll like the appearances of, say, like Bruce Campbell up in there, Devin Sawa, who, it's crazy. You see him looking much older these days because you used to see him as the teen from back in the late 90s and early 2000s. And him and remember him from stuff like Idle Hands and The First Final Destination. Michael Jai White's also in it as well. So it was kind of a run of the mill holiday horror comedy type deal. It was all right for the most part. Nothing too major to write home about. And yeah, I've just been dabbling with that and basically just checking out things that I kind of anticipating and looking forward to as far as 2022 goes with the movie stuff and television stuff. I will say a couple things I hope I don't see more of this coming year, and this has been a major pet peeve of mine all through 2021. I just hope to God we don't get any more. I just hope to God we don't get any more TV reboots. Dexter is the exception right now because Dexter New Blood was such well crafted and well put together. What I'm saying is, as far as like these TV reboots and stuff like that goes, I don't care what happens to the latter years of Zach Morris and the kids at Bayside being all grown up now. I don't care about seeing the next generation of the cast from what was that head of the class, which was so short lived that it was canceled after just one run of HBO Max. And I think that's the first time HBO Max has canceled something. And I'm just not into this. I think something else was canceled on the reboot side also. All that Punky Brewster show that the Peacock Network was trying to pump up so hard. So I just don't want to see anything else rebooted. But sadly, I know we got a couple more things that's supposed to be coming out as far as the whole reboot, repackaged, beloved TV shows of yesteryear are coming about because supposedly there's supposed to be Bel Air coming out, and that's supposed to be like, I guess, a dramatic take on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. So I'm gonna see how that's gonna work, and I know Will Smith. He's got his hand into it, and oh, how can I forget about talking about this. I know I'm kind of going back and forth off and on all over the place, so bear with me. But freaking season four Cobra Kai. So I'm gonna put it to you like this: anybody who does watch is a fan or watch Dexter, hit me up in the comment section and let me know if you want to do a video panel chat about Dexter and Dexter New Blood. I've been more than happy to talk with it with you all. Pick it apart, favorite moments, favorite kills, all that crazy mess. But Cobra Kai season four was something else, man. I mean, as if the storytelling with that series couldn't get any more just intense and exciting, and the way it just ramps up every other episode. I mean, everything from like the return of Terry Silver from Karate Kid Part 3, then you got new character. I forgot the young man's name, the young black kid who comes onto the scene, and Daniel LaRusso's very old son ends up bullying him. Then there's the whole dynamic of Johnny still, kind of at odds or just on the fence on still trying to be wanting to be a father to Robbie, but he's still got like, paternal affection as regards to Miguel and all that goes. And then there's of course the never ending catfight battles of Sam and Tori and how that has amped up, especially with Daniel's wife being involved. So it's really wild how it's just all just going all over the place. And then of course the way it ended. Oh man. Yeah, so and season five is supposed to be coming sometime soon. So hopefully it does come soon, as in like maybe this spring or summer. It'll be awesome that happens, and I'm more than happy looking forward to that. So I definitely want to check that out indeed. So also, if you want to do a video panel chat on Cobra Kai season four, by all means, hit me up in the comment section, hit me on DMs. You know how to reach me by now, and we can chop it up and do it that way as well. I'll be definitely more than happy to look forward to that. Another thing that happened, and just in case of FYI, if you do hear a little bit of train noise, kind of ignore that. Still trying to work out the kinks of the audio stuff. So if you do happen to hear a little bit of train noise happening, my apologies. Because right now my living room space is one of the few spaces I got to get this thing going. Anyhow, for my power heads out there, shout out to my peeps, Jada Frazier and Dan Weeks, for chopping up with me about Power and book 2 and 3 and BMF. We got chop it up once again in due time when this second half of Power hits, because the first was episode 6 just dropped today. Chopped it up on that. Chop it up on just the rest of the season when it ends to see how everything folded out and just went on. It's a lot of exciting stuff happening already for 2022 so far. But speaking of exciting stuff, got some things in the pipeline I want to work well with people as far as this goes. Mainly, I got a couple ideas that I want to toss around for new shows. One of them I have that I want to do is something called Fancast Friday. Now, the basis of Fancast Friday would we go like this. Basically, if I were to, somebody wanted to have this idea, opportunity to like cast somebody in a particular role or cast somebody in a favorite role that you like, whether it be from television or film, who would it be and why? And that would be kind of like the basis of the show. It would be like a short, say 30-35 minute show. Do that type of thing with it, chop it up, see what could work if that casting were to happen, that type of thing. Another thing I want to do is something on the Sunday side. I want to try to do a little more multi-panel work on Sundays, or every other Sunday, I should say. and I like to put up certain particular subjects that I'm again throwing around. So as I'm brainstorming within this next week or so, I'm gonna put some stuff out there. If anybody wants to jump in on it, which I would love to happen, just once again, hit me up on the DMs, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you want to work with on that. I got a couple ideas in the pipeline that I seriously strongly want to work on as far as those go. Want to kind of just keep things flowing and going with that. Now, as far as upcoming stuff in regards to 2022, a few things. I already mentioned the second half of Power, which definitely looking forward to on that to see how the rest of that goes. Just watch six, like I said. Also, I want to check out more stuff as far as maybe what's going to happen with, like as I said, Cobra Kai, and then also I want to see what's going to happen in regards to The Witcher because that's something I got to play catch up on. I mean, I've heard not too bad reviews about it, and I haven't really heard too much bad stuff. I know people kind of are in the whims about the show because of Henry Cavill, and people can get in their little extra feelings about him as Superman, stuff like that, and how he's a quote unquote wooden actor. And I kind of beg to differ because other stuff that I've seen him in, especially in the likes of the last Mission Impossible movie, he was great in that. And I was like, especially with what we got in Zack Snyder's rendition of Justice League, is like, okay, now this is a much better rendition of Superman that I was looking forward to as opposed to like what we got with the Whedon version, as I call it, the watered down version of Justice League that hit theaters. But anyhow, other stuff that I'm looking forward to. Speaking of such, um, the Batman. The Batman's coming out in March. Got Robert Pattinson, got Zoe Kravitz, got Colin Farrell like you never seen him before. Got what's my man's name? Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. So it's gonna be a lot of cool stuff happening with that. Now, of course, I was one of the main diehard types who was like, I don't want no sparkly vampire dude as my Batman. But after seeing the past couple trailers, especially the one that premiered last year, it changed my mind. So it's like, okay, let's see what this kid got. And from talking to other people, also seeing Pattinson's work and just other things, it's like, okay, you can't just pinpoint him into one particular role. Kind of like how what I just said when in regards to Henry Cavill, you just can't pinpoint him on one particular role and just think, oh, he's just the worst. He's just garbage. But no, the trailer itself kind of proved me wrong. So I'm looking forward to see what Pattinson's got the show as far as Batman goes. Another thing I'm looking forward to. This is a movie that we should have gotten like maybe 5, 6 years ago, but it's finally going to happen. The Flash movie. So that's going to be happening. I've seen a little trailer, a little teaser trailer of sorts on that. And with that, you've got Ezra Miller returning as Flash. I just hate the way he runs, but can't do nothing else about it. But thankfully, we got the great Michael Keaton donning the cowl and cape one more time in this. We're going to see how his Batman operates in this. Also, and this has been a little bit of a rumble in this past few days or whatever like that, Ben Affleck is going to appear as his rendition of Batman in this movie also. So, in case everybody hasn't caught on, this is kind of like the Flash is kind of that key character to open up the DC multiverse. This is why you got the appearances of both Affleck and Keaton Batman involved in this. And you probably get some other DC characters that you've never seen before in this as well. Now, as far as the Affleck Batman situation goes, basically Ben Affleck states that, according to rumor, that yeah, this is going to be his last run as Batman. So after this, he's not doing anything Batman related anymore. And supposedly reports and rumblings going around that, him being Batman, especially in Justice League movies, was more exhausting than he thought it would be, and kind of got him feeling some kind of way. So I'm like, ouch. Because I really thought he did a decent job as Batman, especially in BVS. Justice League, the watered down one, not so much. He was a little too punchline-ish, shall I say. But of course, the Zack Snyder version, repaired that. So that made that better. But for him to say he's not coming back, then hey, it is what it is. So time to move on that. Now, another thing on the Marvel side, though, something I'm truly looking forward to. Oh, yeah, by the way, speaking of Marvel, shout out for the cast of Hawkeye. That was great. Well done show. Shout out to Jeremy Renner, Haley Steinfeld, Florence Pugh, especially Vincent D'Onofrio popping up as Kingpin. So that's kind of another thing that I really dug, is the fact that, especially everything that's happened between Spider-Man and an upcoming movie that I'm going to talk about quite soon. You've got this Marvel multiverse thing that's happening where everything that we've seen previously is about to come to fruition now in these upcoming movies and shows, courtesy of Disney Plus and courtesy of Marvel on the big screen. Because now you got Kingpin involved. And for those who did see Spider-Man No Way Home, slight spoiler if you didn't, or well, Matt Murdock appears, not as Daredevil, but just as Matt Murdock. So it's like, okay, everybody's here now. So, of course, everybody's wondering, will Jessica Jones pop up? Will Luke Cage pops up? Not sure if ain't too many people I look forward to Iron Fist popping up, because not too many people like Iron Fist like that. So maybe not. And then, of course, the main question a lot of people were wondering if John Bernthal will come back to do the Punisher. And Bernthal said himself, he said, hey, unless they keep the Punisher the way he is, I don't foresee myself coming back, because I know it's Disney and all, but at the same time, I can't come back to be a watered down version of a character who's got all this grit and who's got all this, edginess to him or what have you. And quite honestly, I can't blame him. So if they did something else, Punisher base, if not on the big screen, I would say maybe pull something off on Hulu. Because, Disney does have access to Hulu now. So if you want to do some Marvel R-rated content, Hulu is the way to go. And that way, maybe somewhere down the line, you could bridge something down to where, some type of crossover of some sorts through one of the Disney Plus shows. I don't know. But that's the talk as far as that goes. Excuse me for 1 second, please. All right, I'm back. But anyhow, like I was saying, basically, yeah, that's the only other way that's going to work as far as Punisher goes. But speaking of multiverse stuff, the joint I'm looking forward to more than anything is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Shout out to Benedict Cumberbatch. I had a feeling as soon as he was cast, he's going to knock this role out of the park. And based off his numerous appearances that we've had, yeah, he's doing the damn thing. And I'm very grateful and proud of that. So for him to garner his second solo movie and to embark on what he's about to do with all this, it's gonna be wild. When I say it's gonna be wild, he's gonna basically catch up with Wanda Maximoff, as we all know now, Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen. So that's the thing. In case you all don't wondering how, know why, not only with the stuff that I've been reading up on, but again, if you have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet, I know there's a couple theaters that show different endings, but one of the endings is a teaser trailer for the Multiverse of Madness. So it shows Strange catching up with Wanda, and he's basically asking, "Hey, I need your help because something's going on that is going to be real cataclysmic and real dangerous." And lo and behold, they show a lot of wild stuff. You get more of the Inception type stuff that you got in No Way Home, and of course the first Doctor Strange movie. Chiwetel Ejiofor has returned and grew out his hair to be Mordo, got dreadlocks rocking. You see, I want to say two versions of Strange because supposedly there's a Defender Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange at one point in time used to be part of a group called the Defenders in the books. So we could see a live action version, maybe. But of course, I know everybody's like, well, I thought the Defenders was supposed to be like the Netflix. Not the Netflix version. The actual Defenders did consist of Doctor Strange, the Incredible Hulk, Silver Surfer, I want to say. For my comic book kids out there, if you can relate to me which original members of the Defenders, the comic book version that is, were part of the group, hit me up on the comment section, let me know on that. But Strange was a key character, a part of that. So by having this character, Defender Strange, yeah, we're gonna probably see him in this, and we're gonna see maybe a Supreme Strange, a live action version of Supreme Strange in this. But some people are saying that may not be the Supreme Strange. Shout out to Corey Green, said Ghost Rider thinks part of that squad also. So hey, maybe he is. So we'll see what happens with that. But back to the whole Supreme Strange thing. With Supreme Strange, after you've seen Marvel What If, the CGI animated series that came out, there was an episode where Doctor Strange had basically turned to the dark side, basically, to help out his long lost love due to an accident, trying to bring her back, all that stuff. And he literally went through hell and back to, try to bring him back to life and protect her and everything. And it really changed him. It really made him not so much like sinister, evilish, but he's got like some real dark tendencies as far as his power format goes. So when we see this trailer, you see Benedict Cumberbatch in a different version of Strange, where he's looking kind of Fu Manchu-ish, because he's got like the long beard going on. He's got like the evil looking eyebrows and stuff going on like that. And it's like, okay, is this Supreme Strange or is it somebody else? Now, some people are saying that this might not be the Supreme Strange from Marvel. What if this might be a different variant? Because remember, if you pay attention with Loki, now we've gotten to this area of variants. So beloved characters could have different renditions of themselves that we're not too accustomed to. But for people who've read the books from the past and such, they know about these variants now. But MCU and Disney Plus and help open that up. So we're going to get a handful of craziness going on as far as the Doctor Strange stuff goes. Another thing, a couple more things we got on the comic book side. Let's see. Yep, Jason Momoa is coming back as Aquaman. So it's going to be Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. That's the sequel that's happening. He's got another new suit that he's going to be sporting in this. A lot of the original cast is coming back. Let's see, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who played Black Manta, he's returning. What's my man's name from the first one? Who played his brother, Ocean Master? Not, from Conjuring movies and Watchmen and stuff like that. Not Patrick Stewart, but it's different Patrick. Anyhow, he's coming back supposedly. And I believe, if memory serves me right, if I read correctly, there's supposed to be a spinoff of Black Manta. There's going to be a solo Black Manta movie coming out after this. So we'll see how that goes. In addition to that, you also got, speaking of Black, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Black Adam. Now, this is supposed to be a really big anticipated movie because, Black Adam is a popular anti hero in the DC universe. And I know DC has been on struggle mode as far as the big screen is concerned, but we'll see what Dwayne "Rock" Johnson can do to help turn it around. So far, your only winners, as far as that goes, have been both the first Aquaman movie and Shazam, and the first Wonder Woman movie, as far as like good DC movies goes. My opinion, I'm gonna throw in Man of Steel. I know people feel some kind of way about Man of Steel, but I thought it was a well-crafted movie, so I'm adding it into that list of the good DC movies we've gotten so far. So let's see what Mr. Momoa can do with the second Aquaman movie, and as well as this Black Adam movie that's going to be happening. Because after this Black Adam movie, not this year, but I want to say maybe next year, we're going to get the second Shazam movie. Now that's supposed to be big business as well, because most of the original cast is coming back for that. Plus, you got the addition of Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren as evil gods trying to take over the earth. So that's going to be something else. Speaking of some more DC stuff, Mr. John Cena, who was the standout on the Suicide Squad movie, he's getting his own little show on HBO Max. I mean, his character, I guess, was that popular enough to get a show. So, let's see what he do. Now, I'm gonna admit, he was hilarious in the Suicide Squad. Him, Idris Elba, and Margot Robbie were, to me, the main standouts. I want to say a couple more characters I can't think of right now, but those three were the main standouts of the Suicide Squad movie. I know people had their little ups and downs about it as well. I mean, it was okay to me for the most part. It wasn't like, oh man, but it was more watchable than the first one. I'll put it that way, because I still hold the first one on a low bar. I'm just saying on that. But we'll see what Cena does with this series. From the trailer I watched, it's going to be real offbeat and ultra violent. So it's like, if you like the ultra violent flair of the likes of, say, like Deadpool, kind of sort of going to get that same vibe in Peacemaker, but a little bit more differently. So we'll see what happens with that. There is something else there. Oh, yeah. Kind of hopping back on the Marvel train real quick. Jared Leto is going to be making his big screen debut as Morbius. That is in Dr. Michael Morbius. He is a famed Spider-Man villain, as well as kind of an anti-hero type character as well, according to some Marvel Comics lore, because he teams up with, in the books, he teams up with the likes of occasionally Doctor Strange, Blade the Vampire Hunter, a couple of other people. So he's getting his solo movie. So Sony is really dead set on trying to build up Spider-Man's own little solo universe with random characters that, he has occasionally dealt with throughout his comic book series. So Morbius is another one. Trailer-wise from scene, it seems okay. Leto's, I've never seen Leto be a bad actor like that. I know a lot of people weren't too crazy about his Joker. I was probably one of them. But him being Morbius, I think, can turn the tide on that. And speaking of which, you got other people such as Michael Keaton, who is kind of makes a cameo, because you see in the trailer too. He kind of makes a cameo as Adrian Toomes, aka Vulture, in this. So that shows that Keaton is going to be involved on the Sony side, maybe possibly involved on Sony side of the upcoming Spider-Man movies, because there's been off and on talk of Tom Holland maybe and maybe not being done being Spider-Man. I know for the most part when he first started, he was like, I want to play the character as long as I can. But due to, the whole thing with No Way Home, he I guess he wants to take a break and do other projects, which he should, because you just, once again, you don't want to pinpoint an actor by playing a particular role, a particular character, just because he's beloved as this character. So with the rumblings of No Way Home, there's talk of maybe wanting Andrew Garfield to come back, and Andrew Garfield says he's open to coming back if it feels right. He doesn't want anything to be forced or whatever. And rumor has it that Tobey Maguire may want to give another shot at doing some Spider-Man-ish. Ain't 100% confirmed, but it's just talk right now. But based off their performances in No Way Home, I wouldn't have an issue of seeing a live action Spider-Verse. But, hey, there's only so much you can wish for and ask for as a fan. But speaking of Spider-Verse, we got the sequel to the much beloved Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse anime movie. That means this one is going to be called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And it's going to be in 2 parts. That's how big of a movie it's going to be. Because now you got the original voice cast back playing Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, a couple other people, and there's going to be new Spider-Man that he comes across, one of them being Spider-Man 2099. And that's going to be voiced by Oscar Isaac, Mr. Poe Dameron from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. He's coming back to do that. So that one, based off of a trailer from what I've seen, it looks like there's going to be this intense battle going on. So something's going to be happening between the 2029 version of Spider-Man as well as Miles Morales as to the how and why, what's going to go on this go around. So definitely looking forward to that. Now to try to talk about some more non-comic book stuff. We were technically supposed to get a 4th John Wick movie this year, if I'm not mistaken, but I think it got pushed back because, due to the whole theater stuff and with Omnicron going on, and hopefully God willing, or not God willing, I'm sorry, God forbid, another strand of COVID-19 happening, the theater stuff is up in the air. So right now it's like studios are kind of at a standstill as to do the day and date thing again. I know HBO and Warner Brothers said that they were going to stop doing the day and date thing this year. I don't know when this year, but supposedly it's supposed to be happening. Maybe they will, maybe they won't change their mind. I don't know how that's going to work out. But I know John Wick was the 4th movie was supposed to be popping up. But due to everything that's going on, of course, some productions had to get halted. And, the release date probably has to get pushed back because of that. So that kind of sucks. But I know one person we haven't seen in a good long while, that would be Mr. Tom Cruise. And based off how everything is playing out with theater stuff and everything like that, gonna get a double dose of Mr. Cruise this year. Because first off, we're having the long-awaited Top Gun sequel coming out called Top Gun Maverick. That was actually supposed to come out last year, but due to, once again, the whole theater stuff going on and everything like that, had to get pushed back some. Paramount didn't want to take no chance of losing money. They didn't want to release it on their new premium streaming service because, everybody has a streaming service now. Paramount Plus, they want to hit this in theaters by all means. So we're going to get Top Gun Maverick, the long-awaited Top Gun sequel that everybody's been wanting and cramming for. So we're going to see how that one goes. Then we also have Mission Impossible 7. And Mission Impossible 7 is going to be going on. Now, of course, everybody's asking, what new characters we're going to get, what returning characters we're going to get. Because, just about every Mission Impossible movie, Ving Rhames has popped up. Simon Pegg has popped up also. You've had a combination of the past heroines, people like Rebecca Ferguson, Michelle Monaghan. I want to say the only 2 ladies from Mission Impossible movies that have not returned thus far have been Paula Patton and Thandie Newton. Those are the only two I know that have not returned as of yet. So maybe they'll pop up in this one. We don't know just yet. Of course, everybody's clamoring for to see if Henry Cavill's character is going to come back, to do this one. Because even though we quote unquote saw his character meet his demise in the last one, his performance again was so popular and so well done that a lot of people are like, hey, we want to see his character again. Can we bring his character back? So maybe, maybe not. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're gonna get a double dose of Tom Cruise on that. Corey said, didn't Cavalcade? Yeah, but once again, it could be one of those fake death type deals. So that's why I kind of said maybe, maybe not. So it's a wait and see type deal on that goes. I want to say some more stuff that I looked up on. If memory serves me right, we're supposed to get one more Expendables movie. I believe that's supposed to come out this year. And it's supposed to be quote unquote Christmas themed. So they're probably going to hold off till later on in the year. So if that is true, another Expendables movie is coming. So once again, we're going to see the senior citizen versions of Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and many beloved action heroes and stars of the 80s and 90s hammered up and try to whoop on anybody in their eyesight. This one too. The last Expendables movie they came out with, I didn't hate it, but I felt like some of the new blood characters that they tried to bring in, like Ronda Rousey and the other guy from Twilight and a couple other people that were involved, I felt like they could have picked better people to, be the ones to pass the baton to. So we'll see how this new Expendables movie works out as far as that end goes. I know one thing for sure on the horror side, and it's coming out very soon. And yeah, Scream, yes, probably one of my favorite horror franchises. We got a fifth one coming out. So this one, I'm wondering how they're gonna work out because it's like I don't mind movies where they can be meta, but when you get too meta, i.e., Matrix Resurrections, it kind of takes me out a bit because it's like, okay, I get it. You want to make fun of a world or universe that you're a part of, but when you beat on the head of your audiences one time too many to let them know what's going on and why this is this way and that way, then yeah, it kind of, loses its charm. But with Scream has found inventive ways over the years, and 25 years later, Scream has done a great job as far as like trying to keep it as fresh as possible with at the same time keeping that meta charm to it. So I want to see how they're going to do with this go around, especially with the current day and age of the technology that we have with like, streaming and, other forms of social media. I want to see what they're going to do with this. Of course, original cast members Nev Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox are coming back. Got a whole new slew of actors and actresses coinciding with them on this go around. So I want to see how that runs. Let's see. Speaking of some other things, I don't know why they're doing this, but it's going to be another Texas Chainsaw movie happening. And for those who know me and those who follow me on various social media groups know, I've spoken out on if I see one more Texas Chainsaw movie, I'm going to lose it. And I think I'm going to lose it, folks, because how many more times do we need to see Leatherface rebooted? How many more times we need to see prequel after sequel after prequel after sequel about a character. I mean, Leatherface, okay, he was one of the first great big original slashers on cinema, fine, whatever, but his lore to me is not that deep. It's not Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, or Freddy Krueger deep like that. But some eyeball reason, studios want to run to the well with this character. So yeah, you got supposedly another Texas Chainsaw movie happening, but God forbid on that. But anyhow, um, yeah, that's pretty much it as far as some of the upcoming stuff that we've got going on here. Anything that I missed out on, just by all means, let me know. This wasn't going to be too long of a thing. I know it's an impromptu episode. I just wanted to A, put out some new info, B, put out my thoughts on certain stuff that's going on, and C, try out some little equipment I got. Got me a new little mic and headset deal going on. So hopefully you all can hear me good and clear. And as I said earlier, I apologize for any background noise you may or may not have heard on this. Just trying to fill out the kinks of this or whatever. But anyhow, for anybody who did check me out, the one or two people who checked me out here, thank you. Appreciate you. But until then, I'm going to keep you all posted on the upcoming ideas that I want to do for the show, stuff that I want to put out there, and for hopefully to have many other folks to join in on me on many panel discussions, many one-on-ones. Gonna make 2022 as great as possible out here. You know what I mean? So hopefully anybody who is listening and watching can join in and check out on it. So once again, check me out on Chon Sanchez Live at Facebook and at Instagram. And you can check me out here on the YouTube page. Try to put out a little something out maybe once or twice a week. And until then, thank you so much for your time and energy. Peace, love, stay warm, stay safe. Two finger salute. I'm out.